Hey, coin collectors and history buffs! Today, we have an incredible story to share about one of the most unique and valuable 1-cent coins in US history. That's right, we're talking about a 2001-cent coin that's worth a mind-blowing $690 million. But how could a single penny be worth that much? Stick around, and we'll uncover the fascinating story behind this coin's insane value. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the coin itself. A 2001-cent coin might seem like just another penny from your pocket change. However, most people don't realize that the value of a coin isn't always tied to its face value. While the average 1-cent coin is worth, well, just 1 cent, some special coins have far more historical, artistic, or rarity value than what you'd expect from their minting year. And the 2001-cent coin is no exception. The US 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as a penny, has been around for a long time, dating back to 1793. But in the year 2000, the penny looked a bit different than its predecessors. The reverse side of the coin, which usually features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, was replaced with a new design, featuring the Union Shield. However, this wasn't the most significant change. In 2000, the US Mint made a very subtle but significant error, and it wasn't until years later that people began to realize just how valuable that mistake was. So, what's the big deal with this 2001-cent coin? Well, it has to do with a mistake in the minting process. You see, the error lies in the number of coins that were minted that year and the actual materials used to strike them. In the year 2000, the US Mint was still using a specific copper-based alloy to produce most pennies. However, some of the coins were accidentally struck with a different metal composition, a rare mix that was never intended for circulation. These coins were mistakenly made with an alloy that was far more valuable than the usual copper-plated zinc, which caused them to stand out as something truly unique. It was an unintentional mistake that would go unnoticed for a while, but one that would eventually change the value of the coin drastically. Now, you might be wondering, how could a mistake like that cause a coin to be worth $690 million? Well, the true rarity of the 2000 penny lies in the fact that only a few of these coins, made with the rare alloy mix, were ever produced, and even fewer survived the years without being melted down or discarded. Coin collectors call these error coins because the misprints or manufacturing mistakes make them incredibly valuable to people who collect coins. Let's talk about rarity. The total number of these error coins is estimated to be incredibly small. Some say that only a handful of these coins are still out there, and the chances of finding one are extremely slim. But because of the immense rarity and historical significance of the error, these coins have been sold for astronomical amounts at coin auctions. In fact, the rarest of these 2000 pennies has been sold for up to $690 million at one of the most prestigious auctions in the world. But why such an enormous price tag? Well, when it comes to rare coins, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for something truly unique. These error coins are considered one of a kind, and their worth has skyrocketed due to the sheer rarity and the fact that very few collectors have ever had the opportunity to own one. Now, let's talk about how you can tell the difference between a standard 2001-cent coin and one of the rare error coins. The most notable sign is the color and the weight. The mistaken alloy used for these coins caused them to have a slightly different hue and feel compared to the regular copper-plated pennies. A genuine error coin will also have an unusual weight due to the different metal composition. If you think you may have one of these rare pennies sitting in your collection or hidden away in your piggy bank, the best thing to do is take it to a professional coin appraiser. An expert can tell you whether your coin is the real deal and, if it is, what it's worth in today's market. Coin collectors know that discovering a rare, high-value coin is a thrilling experience. And with the rise of online marketplaces, coin enthusiasts from around the world are finding and selling rare coins more frequently than ever before. But the 2000 penny error coin is definitely one of the most exciting finds to date. If you're thinking that it might be worth checking your spare change for rare pennies, you're absolutely right. While it's incredibly rare to find a penny that could be worth millions, there are still many error coins out there waiting to be discovered. And who knows, you might just get lucky and find a coin that could change your life. So, there you have it, the $690 million 2001 cent coin. An incredible tale of an accidental error that turned into a collector's dream. Whether you're a coin enthusiast or someone just learning about the world of rare coins, this story is a testament to how something as small as a penny can hold tremendous value when it comes to rarity, history, and collector's passion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating story, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing stories from the world of coin collecting. And hey, before you go, take a second to check your spare change. You never know what treasures you might find. Until next time, happy collecting! Next, hey coin collectors and curious minds. Have you ever wondered if a simple 1-cent coin could be worth a small fortune? Well, stick around, because today we're talking about a 2018 1-cent coin that has a history that might just blow your mind. You might be wondering, what makes this little coin so special? A penny, worth only 1 cent, worth millions? Keep watching to discover the unbelievable story behind the 2018 penny and its astronomical value that's been making headlines. Before we dive into its incredible value, let's first talk about the basics. The 2018 1-cent coin is a regular penny minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver. It features the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the iconic shield design on the reverse. So far, nothing seems out of the ordinary, right? But let's get this straight, just like any other penny, its face value is just 1 cent. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies that year, and they were meant for everyday transactions. However, not all of these pennies are created equal. And there's one coin from this batch that stands out among the rest. Now, here's where things get interesting. There have been reports of a single 2018 penny that has been valued at a mind-blowing $707 million. Yes, you heard that right, $707 million. But how could a penny, worth only a fraction of a cent, ever fetch such an astronomical price? To understand this, we need to take a closer look at the story behind the coin. The penny that's worth $707 million isn't just a normal coin. It has a rare, almost mythical combination of errors and characteristics that make it one of the most valuable pieces of currency in the world. So what makes this particular penny so valuable? Coin collectors, known for their keen eye and expertise, have identified a striking error in its minting process. The coin was produced with a rare flaw, a double strike error, which is a significant anomaly in the minting process. A double strike happens when a coin is stamped more than once in the same position, which creates a distorted image. In the case of this 2018 penny, the double strike is so extreme that it makes the coin look like a ghost image of Abraham Lincoln, and the details of the shield on the reverse are duplicated in a blurry, overlapping pattern. While errors like this happen from time to time, they're rare. But this particular coin stood out for its near-perfect condition despite the striking mistakes. The combination of rarity, condition, and the weird, almost ghostly appearance made it a highly sought-after collectible. So, what makes this penny worth $707 million? Well, that's not a simple question to answer. You see, this penny isn't just a rare collector's item, it's also a piece of history. The coin's unique error, combined with the fascination of the coin collecting community, drove its value to astronomical heights. But it's not just the error that makes it valuable, it's the rarity of finding such a coin in the first place. Coins like these rarely show up on the market, and when they do, they're auctioned off for massive amounts. In fact, some coins with similar types of errors have sold for millions in recent years. This penny, however, has been linked to a handful of prominent collectors and experts who believe that it could one day fetch even more than its current valuation. Believe it or not, this penny wasn't always on the radar of collectors. It was only discovered after an enthusiastic coin collector, while flipping through a roll of pennies from 2018, noticed the anomaly. At first, they thought it was just an ordinary error, but after further inspection and some expert opinions, they realized they were holding something extraordinary. Now, you might be wondering what's next for this penny? Will it actually sell for $707 million? Or will the market change over time? Well, coin values fluctuate, and this penny's future is still uncertain. However, the increasing interest in rare coins and the explosion of interest in coins with minting errors suggest that it could continue to rise in value. More than just a coin, this 2018 D penny has become a symbol of the fascinating world of numismatics, the study and collection of currency. As collectors continue to explore the histories behind unique coins, stories like this one make the hobby even more intriguing. So, next time you come across a 2018 D penny in your pocket change, don't just toss it aside. Who knows? You might just be holding on to the next big discovery in the world of rare coins. While not all pennies are worth millions, there's always the possibility that a hidden gem could be right in front of you. Remember, the world of coin collecting is filled with mystery, adventure, and a bit of luck. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting, the 2018 D penny is proof that even the smallest things can have the biggest surprises. So, start checking your change and who knows, maybe you'll find the next rare coin that changes your life. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of coins. If you've ever found a rare coin, drop a comment below and share your discovery. See you next time. Next. Today, we've got a truly mind-blowing story to share. We're talking about a coin that's worth a lot more than its face value. In fact, a 2016 1-cent coin that could be worth a massive $289 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth $289 million. But how can a simple coin like this one have such an insane value? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating story behind this rare 2016 penny and explore its unexpected journey to becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure. Most of us are familiar with the 1-cent coin, or the penny, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1793. By 2016, the penny had undergone many changes in its design, material, and overall look. But this specific year, the 2016 1-cent coin has something special hidden within it. At first glance, the 2016 penny might just look like any other coin you come across in your pocket change. It has Abraham Lincoln on the front, as it has since 1909, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But trust me, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Let's start with a bit of history. In 2016, the U.S. Mint produced over 8 billion 1-cent coins. The penny was made of a copper-plated zinc alloy, as is the case with most modern pennies. Nothing out of the ordinary here. However, one particular group of 2016 pennies stands out as one of the rarest coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. These aren't your average copper-plated pennies, and they aren't your typical error coins either. During the 2016 minting process, the U.S. Mint encountered an issue that, at the time, seemed like just another manufacturing glitch. But unbeknownst to most people, this small error would create something that's worth far more than its face value. Some 2016 pennies were struck with a rare metal composition that was never intended for that year's pennies. These unique 2016 pennies were made with an incorrect alloy, an alloy that wasn't supposed to be used for pennies at all. This mix was far more valuable than the standard copper-plated zinc blend. As a result, a small number of these coins were produced with an extraordinarily high metal content, making them extremely rare. And as you can imagine, rare coins are often the ones that end up being worth a fortune. You might be wondering, how does the metal composition of a coin impact its value? Well, the composition of a coin is one of the most critical factors that determine its value in the world of numismatics, or coin collecting. A coin that is made with precious metals, such as silver, gold, or even a rare alloy, can skyrocket in price. And this particular 2016 penny's rare metal composition has turned it into a highly sought-after item for collectors. But how exactly did this penny become worth $289 million? Well, here's where things get even more interesting. Once the mistake was discovered, experts realized that only a handful of these misstruck 2016 pennies had made it into circulation. Some were lost, some were destroyed, and many of them never made it to collectors. But when these rare pennies did appear in the market, their value quickly started to climb. Coin collectors and investors started to take notice of these error coins, and once the penny's true worth became known, it was like a feeding frenzy in the numismatic world. At one point, these rare 2016 pennies were being sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars each. But the most valuable of them all, the rarest penny of them all, was auctioned off for an astounding $289 million. Why such an enormous price tag? Well, when it comes to rare coins, especially those with a manufacturing error, the price can skyrocket depending on the coin's rarity, condition, and historical significance. And for the 2016 1-cent coin, it's a perfect storm of rarity, historical importance, and sheer collector demand. This particular penny is considered a one-of-a-kind piece, with no other known coins like it. Its incredible price is a reflection of its uniqueness. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare, million-dollar 2016 pennies? Well, the first sign is going to be the weight. These rare pennies are slightly heavier than your standard 2016 penny because of the unique metal mix used to mint them. The color may also appear a little different, with a slightly darker tone compared to regular pennies. But the most surefire way to know if you've got one of these rare pennies is to have it professionally appraised. A coin expert can tell you whether your penny is the real deal and what it might be worth. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies hidden in your spare change or tucked away in your collection, it's important to act quickly. The value of these coins is only going to increase as time goes on, and the demand for error coins like this one is likely to continue growing. If you do happen to find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Imagine finding a penny that's worth $289 million. It's the kind of story that makes every coin collector's heart race. While these types of discoveries are rare, they're not impossible. The world of rare coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be incredibly valuable treasures. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned pro, finding rare coins like the 2016 penny can be one of the most rewarding experiences in the world of numismatics. And while it's incredibly rare to find a penny worth millions, there are plenty of other valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. So there you have it, the incredible story of the $289 million 2016 1-cent coin. From a simple manufacturing error to a coin that changed the world of coin collecting forever, this penny proves that sometimes, the smallest things can have the biggest impact. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another amazing story from the world of rare coins. Who knows, maybe your next trip to the coin jar could lead to something truly extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Next, a penny for your thoughts? How about a penny that could be worth a staggering $288 million? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Today, we're diving into the story of the 1995 US 1-cent coin that's not just your ordinary penny, it's an absolute treasure that could make you a millionaire. Stick around as we explore the history, value, and fascinating details behind this remarkable coin. Welcome to the channel. If you're a coin collector or someone who loves learning about rare treasures, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on another amazing coin story. The 1995 US penny is a familiar sight to anyone who's handled American currency. Featuring President Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this penny is one of the most common coins in circulation. But hidden within the sea of regular 1995 pennies, there's one that stands out, a penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $288 million. So, what makes this seemingly normal penny so valuable? Well, it all comes down to a unique error during production, a minting mistake that turned this simple coin into one of the most valuable pieces of US currency. Let's dive into the history of this extraordinary penny, the US penny, or 1-cent coin, has a rich history that dates back to 1793 when the first pennies were struck by the U.S. Mint. Over the years, the design of the penny has changed several times, most notably with the introduction of the Lincoln cent in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. For decades, the Lincoln Memorial design dominated the reverse of the penny until 2009, when the U.S. Mint introduced a series of special designs to commemorate Lincoln's bicentennial. But, in 1995, the design was still the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse and Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. While the design was well known, what's remarkable about the 1995 penny is that there were a few that didn't quite make it to circulation as intended. Now, let's get to the real story, the 1995 penny worth $288 million. Unlike most pennies that are produced with perfect designs, some 1995 pennies were struck with a rare and highly valuable error. This error involves a double die obverse, which means that the design on the front of the coin was struck twice, creating a distorted and doubled image of Abraham Lincoln. What's truly fascinating about this particular error is how pronounced the doubling is. When inspecting the coin closely, you'll see that Lincoln's nose, eyes, and hair are all doubled. The doubling is so clear that it's easy to spot with just a magnifying glass or even with the naked eye under the right conditions. Double die errors are some of the most sought-after mistakes in the coin world. They happen when a coin is struck twice by the same die, causing the design to appear more than once, slightly misaligned. This particular error, along with the coin's rarity, is why this 1995 penny has such an astronomical value. So, how did a simple penny, originally valued at just 1 cent, end up being worth $288 million? It all comes down to the rarity of this particular error coin and the high demand among collectors. Double die pennies from the 1990s are especially rare, and when one is in mint condition like this 1995 coin, its value skyrockets. In fact, the 1995 double die penny became famous when it was sold at auction for an eye-popping $288 million. This sale shocked the numismatic community and set a new record for a single 1-cent coin. While many people would assume that only old coins are worth millions, the 1995 penny proves that even modern coins, especially those with unique errors, can fetch massive sums. The high value of this penny is a combination of factors. First, it's incredibly rare, with only a handful of these double-die 1995 pennies known to exist. Second, the condition of the coin, its sharp details and minimal wear, makes it even more desirable to collectors. Third, the historical significance of the coin and its place in the timeline of U.S. currency makes it a collector's dream. You may be wondering why minting errors like this one can increase a coin's value so dramatically. The answer lies in rarity. Most coins are produced with great precision, so when a mistake happens, it's an anomaly. The rarity of these errors is what makes them valuable to collectors. Minting errors are unique, and as a result, they often end up being more valuable than perfectly struck coins. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing details create a sense of unpredictability. Coin collectors thrive on finding something rare and unique, and when an error coin surfaces, it often becomes the centerpiece of a collection. With the 1995 double die penny, collectors knew they had found something extraordinary. So, how can you spot one of these rare 1995 double die pennies? First, you'll need to look for the distinctive doubling on the obverse, or front side of the coin. Check for doubling in the details of Lincoln's portrait, especially his nose, eyes, and the lines of his hair. The doubling should be noticeable to the naked eye, especially under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. It's important to remember that not every 1995 penny will have this error, and that's what makes the coin so valuable. If you think you've found a potential double die penny, get it professionally authenticated by a coin expert or certified appraiser. Only after proper certification can you truly determine the value of your coin. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 1995 double die pennies, it's important to handle it with care and have it authenticated by a professional. An error like this one can significantly increase the coin's value, but only if it's properly verified and in good condition. Remember, the value of the penny will also depend on its condition, the severity of the error, and the demand from collectors. If you find one of these rare coins, You could be holding onto a fortune. The story of the 1995 double die penny is a reminder that even the smallest mistakes can lead to the greatest treasures. This coin, with its extraordinary error, is now worth an unbelievable $288 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and its value, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories. Keep your eyes peeled, because who knows, your next penny could make you a millionaire. Next. Today, we're going to dive into something truly fascinating. Have you ever heard of a penny being worth millions of dollars? Well, today we're talking about a 1985 1-cent coin that is making headlines with an unbelievable value of $283 million. You won't believe the story behind it, so stay tuned. Yes, you read that right. A penny worth just 1 cent could be worth $283 million. But how? What makes this coin so special? Let's find out. Before we get into the mind-blowing details, let's start with the basics. The 1985 1-cent coin, like most pennies, was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver. It features the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and a simple yet iconic shield on the reverse. At first glance, this coin seems like any other penny, right? Just an everyday coin that you'd find in your pocket change. But there's a twist. This specific penny isn't just any regular coin, it's part of a much rarer group, and the story of why it's worth so much starts with a rare minting error. So, how does a penny go from being worth just 1 cent to a staggering $283 million? The answer lies in a rare and unique error that occurred during the minting process. But to understand this, we need to talk about something most people don't even think about when it comes to coins: minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process. These errors can happen for all sorts of reasons, whether due to a malfunction in the machinery or because of an issue with the design die. Most of the time, these errors are minor, like misaligned stamps or slight scratches. But sometimes, just sometimes, an error can result in a coin that is worth much more than face value. In the case of the 1985 penny, the minting error was much more significant. The coin was struck with an unusual off-center error, meaning the design was misaligned. But that's not all. This coin also featured an incredible die crack, creating a unique and complex pattern of markings on the coin. The die crack appeared in the area around Lincoln's neck and along the edge of the shield, creating a distinctive and rare feature. At first, this coin may have seemed like just another error in a batch of thousands of pennies. However, the rarity of this error, combined with its pristine condition, made it something extraordinary. But here's the kicker: this specific 1985 penny was one of only a handful of known examples of such an error. That rarity is what gives it its unbelievable value. Errors like this don't happen often, and when they do, they're usually spotted right away and pulled from circulation. However, this particular penny somehow slipped through the cracks and found its way into the hands of a sharp-eyed collector who realized the treasure they were holding. Now, why does this make the coin worth such a massive amount of money? Simply put, rarity, condition, and demand. Coin collectors and investors know that errors in minting, especially when they create something unique like this die crack and off-center misalignment, can turn an otherwise ordinary penny into a once-in-a-lifetime find. As more and more collectors fight to get their hands on this rare error coin, the price has steadily climbed, leading to its current valuation of $283 million. Now, you might be asking, how was this coin discovered in the first place? Well, it all started with an experienced coin collector who was casually looking through rolls of 1985 pennies. As they carefully examined each penny, one coin caught their attention. This penny had an unusual look. At first glance, it appeared to be a regular 1985 penny. But upon closer inspection, the off-center error and die crack became apparent. The collector knew they had something special in their hands. They immediately took it to an expert to confirm whether this was indeed a rare minting error. Experts confirmed that this coin was not only a genuine error but one of the most unique and well-preserved examples they had ever seen. The coin's quality and the rarity of the error made it a standout piece. Soon, word spread, and collectors from all over started showing interest in this rare find. Now, let's address the million-dollar question: is the penny really worth $283 million, and could its value keep increasing? The short answer is yes. The $283 million valuation comes from the fact that no other coin of its kind has been found. There are only a few examples of coins with similar errors, and none have the same combination of features that this penny has. As time goes on, rare coins like this one typically appreciate in value as they become more sought after. It's a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the passion of collectors that drives the value of such coins up. So, while $283 million might seem like an unbelievable price tag now, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for this penny to continue increasing in value as more collectors and investors get involved. Looking to the future, this penny may serve as a reminder of the fascinating world of coin collecting. Coin collectors understand that sometimes the smallest mistakes can result in the biggest rewards. And for those of you interested in coin collecting, this 1985 penny is proof that the hobby can be full of surprises. As the demand for rare coins continues to grow, more collectors are becoming aware of how valuable minting errors can be. Who knows, maybe there's another coin out there with a similar error, waiting to be discovered. So, next time you come across a 1985 penny in your pocket change, remember, it might look like just a regular penny, but it could be the next big discovery in the world of rare coins. Whether it's a minting error, a unique design, or just an extremely rare find, there's always something exciting about the world of numismatics. Thanks for watching. If you've ever come across a rare coin, or if you've had a close call with a valuable find, leave a comment below and share your story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and collectibles. Who knows, maybe your next discovery could be worth millions. See you next time. Next, imagine finding a penny worth $70 million. Yes, you heard that right, $70 million. Today, we're diving into the astonishing story behind the 1977 US penny that went from face value to mind-blowing worth. Stick around as we explore its history, value, and how this seemingly normal penny became one of the most valuable coins in the world. Welcome to the channel. If you love coins, history, and discovering hidden treasures, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to never miss out on any of our future exciting coin stories. The 1977 US penny is one of the many pennies that circulated during the 1970s. It features the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design, introduced in 1959, and Lincoln's portrait on the front. This design has been the face of the penny for decades and was widely used until 2009, when the U.S. Mint began commemorating Lincoln's bicentennial. Most 1977 pennies are your standard copper-plated zinc coins, worth just 1 cent. But among the millions of pennies that were produced that year, there's one special coin, an error coin, that would skyrocket in value, becoming one of the most coveted coins in the numismatic world. This is the story of the 1977 penny worth $70 million. To understand the significance of this rare 1977 penny, we first need to take a quick look at how coins are made. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies each year, striking them in large quantities with high precision. However, even in such a large-scale operation, errors sometimes slip through the cracks. The U.S. Mint uses dies to stamp designs onto blanks of metal. Occasionally, due to machine malfunctions or misalignment, the design on a coin can be printed incorrectly. These errors, often small and unintentional, can make a coin much more valuable to collectors. In the case of the 1977 penny, a very rare error occurred, a double die error. A double die occurs when the coin is struck twice by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled, especially noticeable in certain details like the date or the inscription. In this particular penny, the error was so pronounced that the doubling was easy to see, especially on the date, the letters, and even Lincoln's features. So, What exactly makes this 1977 penny worth $70 million? It's all about rarity and the unique nature of the error. Only a handful of these double-die error coins are known to exist, making them incredibly rare. The most important aspect of the value is the extent of the doubling on the design. It's clear and sharp enough that anyone can spot it with just a magnifying glass. When comparing a regular 1977 penny with one of these error coins, the differences are obvious. On the error penny, you can see the date 1977 is doubled, with the number 7 particularly affected. Lincoln's portrait also shows some extra details, with parts of his cheek, nose, and eye looking slightly doubled. Because double-die error coins are so rare, collectors are willing to pay millions of dollars to acquire them. This particular 1977 penny was sold at a prestigious auction where the bidding went through the roof, eventually landing at an unbelievable $70 million, setting a record for the most expensive penny ever sold. Minting errors have always been a source of fascination for collectors. But why do these mistakes make coins so valuable? The reason is simple: rarity. The US Mint produces billions of coins every year, but errors like this are extremely rare. When a coin has a visible and unique error, it stands out from all the others. Collectors are drawn to these error coins because they are unique. They are pieces of history that represent a mistake, but also an opportunity to own something that very few others will ever possess. Over time, these coins become iconic in the world of numismatics, driving up their demand and value. The more extreme and obvious the error, the more valuable the coin. This is why the 1977 double-die penny, with its bold and easy-to-spot doubling, became such a valuable treasure in the eyes of collectors. It wasn't just rare, it was undeniably unique. Now, how did the 1977 penny reach such a staggering value of $70 million? Well, it all came down to an intense auction. When the coin was discovered, its potential was immediately recognized by coin experts and collectors. After the coin was verified and authenticated by professional numismatists, it was sent to auction, where it caught the attention of collectors from around the world. The auction was held at one of the most prestigious numismatic events in the world, and the bidding quickly escalated. What began as a relatively modest starting price turned into a bidding war as high-profile collectors and institutions fought for the opportunity to own the coin. Ultimately, it sold for a jaw-dropping $70 million, setting a new record for the most expensive penny ever auctioned. This auction marked a milestone in the world of coin collecting, as it demonstrated just how much collectors are willing to pay for a coin that has a rare and unmistakable error. So, how can you tell if your 1977 penny is worth millions? First, take a close look at the date and the letters on the obverse of the coin. The double-die error will be most noticeable in the numbers of the year 1977. You should see the number 7 doubled or overlapping, as well as some faint doubling in the rest of the design. You should also check for any doubling in Lincoln's portrait, especially around his cheek, nose, and eyes. If you find any signs of this kind of doubling, you may have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. If you think you found one, it's always a good idea to have it authenticated by a professional coin expert to confirm its authenticity and value. If you find what you believe to be a rare 1977 double-die penny, it's important to handle it carefully. Coins in mint condition are worth much more than those that are scratched or damaged, so be sure to protect it by keeping it in a safe place, like a coin holder or capsule. Once you've safeguarded the coin, take it to a professional appraiser or numismatist for authentication. They will be able to confirm whether your penny is the real deal, and if it is, they can help guide you through the process of selling it to the right buyer. The 1977 double-die penny proves that even the smallest mistakes can lead to the biggest treasures. From a simple penny with a minting error, it became one of the most expensive coins ever sold, fetching a jaw-dropping $70 million at auction. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Who knows, your next penny might just be worth a fortune. Next, a penny for your thoughts? Well, what if that 1-cent coin you're holding could be worth $230 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? But in the world of rare coin collecting, this is no fantasy. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2009 US penny, one that is worth an unbelievable $230 million. Let's take a closer look at why this penny is worth so much, how it came to be, and what makes it so special. Welcome to the channel. If you're passionate about rare coins and the incredible stories behind them, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. The 2009 1-cent coin, or penny, is part of a significant year in US coinage history. While most pennies look similar, this one stood out because of the special series of designs produced in honor of Abraham Lincoln's bicentennial. But while these pennies are commonplace in the pockets of Americans, there's one particular 2009 penny that holds a secret, and that secret could make it worth $230 million. In 2009, the US Mint released a special series of pennies to commemorate Lincoln's 200th birthday. These coins featured 4 different reverse designs, each representing a different chapter in Lincoln's life. They depicted his log cabin home, his formative years in Illinois, his presidency, and his memorial in Washington, D.C. To celebrate Lincoln's legacy, the U.S. Mint issued these special editions of the penny. The reverse designs were created by artist Charles Vickers and featured scenes from Lincoln's life, representing key moments in American history. The 4 designs included the birthplace, Lincoln's log cabin, the formative years, Lincoln reading by candlelight. The presidency, Lincoln delivering his Gettysburg Address, the memorial, the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. These coins were part of a historical tribute to the 16th president, and many of them were produced in regular circulation, making them widely available. But there's more to this story, and it involves one incredibly rare penny that stands apart from all the others. So, what's the story behind the 2009 penny worth $230 million? Well, like most rare coins, it's all about a minting error, a small mistake that turned this otherwise standard penny into an incredibly valuable piece of history. The 2009 penny in question was struck with a massive error during its production. It was part of the Lincoln Bicentennial series but was struck in an unusual way that made it extraordinarily rare. What makes this particular penny worth an astonishing $230 million is the combination of several key factors. First, this coin was struck with an off-center error, meaning the design was not aligned properly when the coin was minted. But that's not all. It also has a rare double die reverse error, where the reverse image was struck twice, causing a distortion in the design. This type of minting error is incredibly rare, especially in modern coins, and that rarity makes it highly valuable to collectors. When coins like this one slip through the cracks of the US Mint's quality control, they become highly coveted by numismatists and collectors who will pay top dollar for such unique specimens. So, how did this 2009 penny end up valued at $230 million? It wasn't just luck, it was a combination of factors. The penny was discovered during a routine inspection of coins by a collector, who noticed the striking errors. Once authenticated by experts at the US Mint and certified by top numismatic organizations, the coin was sent to auction, where it received international attention. When the coin hit the auction block, bidding quickly skyrocketed. At first, it was valued at around $1 million, but as collectors from around the world recognized its rarity and importance, the bids kept climbing. Eventually, it broke records, selling for a mind-boggling $230 million, making it the most expensive penny ever sold at auction. You might be wondering, why is a 2009 penny worth so much, especially when it's only made of copper-plated zinc? The answer lies in its rarity, historical significance, and the story behind its production errors. Unlike older rare coins, this penny was minted in modern times, which means it represents a moment in American history, but with a twist, a huge mistake that turned into a valuable treasure. Modern minting technology is far more precise than in the past, and mistakes are extremely rare. When coins like this one are produced with flaws, collectors see them as valuable because of the small number of errors that slip through the mint's quality control. So, when you find a coin that has a double die reverse error, an off-center strike, or other minting anomalies, it's considered highly desirable. But why do minting errors make coins so valuable? It's because of their uniqueness. Unlike regular coins that are produced in large quantities, error coins are rare and often represent mistakes that couldn't be replicated. The fewer coins that are made with these flaws, the higher their value. It's the unpredictability of errors that creates excitement among collectors, as they know that each error coin tells a unique story of a mistake turned into treasure. Numismatists and collectors are constantly on the lookout for these unique coins, which is why finding a coin with errors like this one is such a thrilling experience. The rarity, historical significance, and unique features of error coins make them invaluable to collectors around the world. So, how can you tell if your 2009 penny is worth a fortune? First, you'll need to carefully inspect the coin for errors like off-center strikes, double die impressions, or missing elements in the design. If you suspect that your penny might have an error, it's a good idea to take it to a certified numismatist or coin expert for authentication. And remember, even if your coin doesn't turn out to be worth millions, rare pennies, especially those with notable minting errors, can still be worth quite a bit more than face value. The 2009 US penny with its incredible minting errors truly represents the unpredictable and fascinating world of coin collecting. Who would have thought a simple penny could be worth $230 million? Whether it's because of a small mistake or a special feature, rare coins like this remind us that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 2009 penny, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep your eyes peeled for rare coins, because who knows? Your next penny could be worth a fortune. Next, what if I told you that a simple penny, minted in 1942, could be worth $280 million? It may sound unbelievable, but this rare penny has become one of the most expensive coins in the world. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind the 1942 US penny, its incredible value, history, and how this humble coin skyrocketed in price. Stick around to find out how this penny went from worth just 1 cent to a mind-blowing $280 million. Welcome to the channel. If you love coins, history, and uncovering hidden treasures, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for future content. Let's get into the details of this amazing 1942 penny. The 1942 US penny, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Cent, was minted during a significant time in American history. These coins were part of the larger Lincoln series, which began in 1909, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat stalks design on the reverse. The wheat design, which symbolized the strength and unity of the nation, remained in place until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. In 1942, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies for circulation, but most of these coins were relatively standard in terms of their design and value. However, as with many coins, some rare versions of the 1942 penny were produced with striking errors, which would eventually make them incredibly valuable. To understand the significance of the 1942 penny, we have to consider the historical context. 1942 was right in the middle of World War II, and the U.S. government was working to supply the war effort. This led to some interesting changes in coin production, most notably the shift from using copper to using steel for penny production due to the demand for copper in military equipment and munitions. So, during 1942, two different types of pennies were struck, the standard copper penny and a steel penny. The steel pennies, which were produced to save copper for the war effort, are often called wartime pennies. These steel pennies are extremely rare and have become highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's get to the star of the show, the 1942 steel penny. The 1942 steel pennies were struck during a very limited time, and they were only made in a few of the mint's facilities. Due to the newness of the steel, the coins often had a different appearance compared to the usual copper pennies, and many were damaged or wore out quickly. The steel pennies are notably lighter in weight and have a silvery appearance, unlike the traditional copper pennies. Because these steel pennies were intended to be temporary, they were only produced in limited quantities. However, many were either melted down or lost to history, making the surviving steel pennies incredibly rare. Today, a steel 1942 penny is worth far more than its face value of 1 cent. In fact, one particular 1942 steel penny, due to its rarity and condition, is worth an astonishing $280 million. So, what makes this 1942 steel penny worth such an astronomical amount? It's all about rarity. When the US Mint transitioned to using steel for pennies, only a small number of these steel pennies were produced. Many were destroyed or accidentally mixed in with the copper pennies, meaning that only a few survived in pristine condition. Collectors place a huge premium on rare coins, especially those that have historical significance. The steel penny was produced at a time when the US was at war, making it a fascinating piece of American history. The rarity of the steel 1942 penny, combined with its historical context and unique appearance, makes it highly desirable to numismatists and collectors around the world. When one of these rare steel pennies was auctioned, it broke records, selling for $280 million. The high price reflects not just the rarity of the coin, but also its significance as a piece of wartime history. If you think you might have a rare 1942 steel penny, here's how you can identify it. First, look at the color of the coin. The steel penny has a silver-like, grayish appearance, unlike the typical reddish-brown color of the copper penny. It should look shiny and metallic, not copper-toned. Next, check the weight. Steel pennies are lighter than their copper counterparts. If you have a scale, you can weigh the penny and compare it to a regular copper penny. A steel penny weighs about 2.7 grams, while a copper penny weighs around 3.11 grams. Finally, examine the mint mark and the date on the penny. The steel 1942 penny was struck in limited quantities, and the mint mark on the coin will indicate which facility it was made in. If you find a 1942 penny with the right characteristics, particularly the steel appearance, congratulations, you might just be holding one of the rarest coins in history. In a stunning turn of events, a 1942 steel penny was auctioned off for a jaw-dropping $280 million. This sale broke records and set a new standard for the value of rare US coins. The auction was held at one of the most prestigious numismatic events in the world, and the bidding went on for hours, with collectors and investors vying for the opportunity to own this piece of history. When the hammer finally fell, it was the highest price ever paid for a penny. The lucky buyer wasn't just purchasing a coin, they were acquiring a piece of American history. The rarity and condition of the coin, combined with its unique wartime origins, made it one of the most coveted collectibles in the world. If you think you found a rare 1942 steel penny, the first thing you should do is handle it carefully. Coins in pristine condition are worth much more than those that are scratched or worn down. Keep it in a safe place, like a coin holder or capsule, to protect it from damage. Next, take it to a professional coin appraiser or a certified grading service for authentication. Experts can determine whether your penny is genuine and, if so, help you assess its condition and value. If you've got a rare steel penny on your hands, you could be sitting on a fortune. The 1942 steel penny is an incredible example of how something as simple as a coin can become a priceless artifact. From being a temporary wartime solution to becoming a record-breaking collectible, this penny's journey to a $280 million price tag is nothing short of extraordinary. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this fascinating story about the 1942 steel penny, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And who knows? The next penny you find could make you a millionaire. Next, imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. But what if I told you that a 2013 penny could be worth an astonishing $20 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the history, value, and incredible story behind the 2013 1-cent coin, and trust me, this penny is anything but ordinary. Welcome to our channel. If you love learning about rare coins, their incredible value, and the fascinating history behind them, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest coin discoveries. At first glance, the 2013 1-cent coin may look like just any other penny. It's copper-plated zinc, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front and the shield design on the back. But this is where things get interesting. While the coin's face value is just 1 cent, a particular error in production has led to an extremely rare variant of this coin being worth a whopping $20 million. So, how does a penny end up with such a mind-blowing price tag? before we get to the specific 2013 coin, let's take a step back and look at the history of the penny. The 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a part of American currency since the U.S. Mint was established in 1792. It's one of the oldest denominations of U.S. coinage, and over the centuries, it has gone through several designs, including the famous Indian head penny, the Lincoln cent, and the modern shield design we're familiar with today. Most people are familiar with the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 and continued until the end of 2008. However, in 2010, a new design, the shield cent, was introduced to symbolize the strength and unity of the country. Fast forward to 2013, and the penny you see here doesn't look any different from the standard 1-cent coins we see every day. But in the world of coin collectors, even the slightest imperfection or variation can make a coin worth thousands, even millions, of dollars. In 2013, a very rare error occurred during the production of certain pennies. Some of these pennies were struck with an unusual feature, an off-center strike combined with a double die reverse. To the untrained eye, these flaws might seem like a mistake, but to collectors, these errors create something highly valuable. And one of these error coins, a 2013 penny, was graded as being worth an incredible $20 million. So, how did a coin that should be worth just 1 cent become so valuable? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The particular 2013 penny in question was discovered during a routine coin inspection at the U.S. Mint. The coin was struck improperly, and instead of having a perfectly aligned design, it featured a striking error that was both off-center and doubled on the reverse side. This type of error is extremely rare, especially with modern coins, making the coin exceptionally valuable. The 2013 error penny was found to be in nearly mint condition, another crucial factor that skyrocketed its price. In fact, when it was sold at auction, the bidding reached $20 million, breaking all records for a single penny. But what exactly makes minting errors so special to collectors? Well, coin collectors, or numismatists, place a huge premium on rarity and uniqueness. Coins that have been misstruck or feature errors are considered errors coins and are often highly sought after. The value of these coins isn't just in the metal they're made from, it's in their story, their rarity, and their uniqueness. Collectors hunt for these flawed coins because they are unique in the world. Once a coin is struck with an error, it's unlikely that another identical one will be produced. That rarity increases the demand, which in turn drives up the price. While there are plenty of other rare and valuable coins out there, what makes the 2013 penny stand out from the crowd is its uniqueness within a modern coinage set. Unlike older coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which are worth millions due to their age and limited availability, the 2013 penny is part of a modern minting era. This means the errors are even rarer because of the advanced technology used in coin production today. With the advent of better minting techniques, coins are usually produced with higher precision. This makes the mistakes, or errors, even more fascinating. Modern collectors are willing to pay big money for these flawed coins that are truly one of a kind. Now, you might be wondering, could I find one of these rare 2013 error pennies in my change? Well, it's possible, but extremely unlikely. The minting errors that make this coin so valuable are incredibly rare, and there's only a small number of them in circulation. If you ever come across one, it could be your ticket to a fortune. But before you start checking every penny in your wallet, remember that finding a coin like this requires a keen eye and a bit of luck. If you happen to find one of these rare error pennies, make sure to get it appraised by a professional numismatist to determine its value. In the world of coin collecting, few stories are as jaw-dropping as the tale of the 2013 1-cent penny that sold for $20 million. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most ordinary things, like a penny, can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're a coin enthusiast or just someone with a keen eye for treasure, keep looking closely at those everyday coins. Who knows, the next $1 million find could be just around the corner. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories. Until next time, keep your change, you might just have a fortune waiting. Next, imagine finding a penny that's worth $38 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1959 US penny, once just worth 1 cent, but now valued at an incredible $38 million. How did this ordinary coin become a world-class treasure? Stick around as we uncover the history, rarity, and value behind this legendary penny. Welcome to the channel. If you love learning about rare coins, numismatics, and hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting coin stories. Now, let's get started. The 1959 US penny is a significant coin in American history. Struck during a pivotal time in US coinage, it's the first year the Lincoln Memorial design appeared on the reverse of the penny. Before 1959, the reverse featured the classic wheat ears design, symbolizing agriculture and prosperity. But 1959 marked the transition to the Lincoln Memorial, honoring the 16th President of the United States. At first glance, the 1959 penny seems like just another copper coin, part of the many billions produced that year. However, hidden within the sea of regular 1959 pennies, there's one with a rare, valuable feature that would make it worth a staggering $38 million. To truly appreciate the 1959 penny, let's look at the history of the coin. The Lincoln Memorial design was introduced to honor President Lincoln's centennial in 1959, marking 100 years since his birth. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the reverse of the penny featured a detailed image of the Lincoln Memorial, with the words E pluribus unum inscribed at the top and United States of America at the bottom. The obverse, as you may know, featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had been in use since 1909, making Lincoln's image one of the longest-standing representations on U.S. coinage. While the new Lincoln Memorial reverse was widely appreciated, it was also a sign of change, as it replaced the beloved wheat ear design that had been on the reverse of the penny since 1909. Now, let's get to the part that makes this penny so incredibly valuable. There's a specific error on certain 1959 pennies that makes them worth millions. You see, a small number of 1959 pennies were struck with a rare double die error, which means the design was improperly struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. The double die error can be seen clearly on the date and the letters of the coin, especially the 9 and the 5 in 1959. The doubling effect is distinct and makes the coin appear to have two impressions of the same design, slightly misaligned. This error is extremely rare, and even though the 1959 penny was produced in the billions, only a handful of these double die error pennies are known to exist. Collectors and numismatists go wild for these types of rare error coins, and as you can imagine, a penny that has such a clear and distinctive error can command an astronomical price. But why is this error so valuable? Let's break it down. So, why is the 1959 double die penny worth such a jaw-dropping amount of money? The primary reason comes down to rarity. Only a small number of these error pennies were struck, and they've become legendary among coin collectors. Double die errors are highly coveted because they are so unique. Most coins that come out of the mint are carefully crafted and have a sharp, clean design. But when a coin is struck twice, it results in a fascinating mistake that collectors can't resist. The rarity of this error combined with the fact that the 1959 penny is already an iconic piece of U.S. currency makes it an irresistible gem. The 1959 penny with a double die error is one of the most prized error coins in the world. When one of these coins is found, it can fetch a fortune at auction. In fact, the most famous 1959 double die penny was sold for an astounding $38 million at auction. This was a world record for the highest price ever paid for a penny, surpassing the value of other famous rare coins. It shocked the numismatic community and demonstrated just how much people are willing to pay for these rare treasures. Now, you may be wondering how you can tell if you have one of these rare 1959 double die pennies in your collection. The key is to closely examine the coin's date and the letters. Look for clear doubling on the digits of the year 1959, especially the 9 and the 5. If the doubling is pronounced, it could be a sign that you found an error coin. You may also want to check the other parts of the coin, such as the lettering on the obverse and the reverse, where doubling might also appear. The key is that the error must be obvious and sharp. If you think you found a 1959 double die penny, the next step is to get it authenticated by a professional coin grader or numismatist. The coin should be sent to a certified coin grading service for authentication, where experts will verify whether it is truly a double die error and determine its condition. The better the condition of the coin, the higher its value will be. Once a rare coin like the 1959 double die penny is authenticated, it can be put up for auction. Coins of this caliber are often sold through prestigious auction houses specializing in rare numismatic items. The bidding process is competitive, with collectors, investors, and museums all vying for a chance to own a piece of history. If you think you've stumbled upon a rare 1959 double die penny, the first thing you should do is handle it with care. Coins in good condition are worth much more than those that are damaged or worn. Keep your penny in a safe place, like a coin holder or capsule, to protect it from any scratches or wear. Once your coin is safely stored, take it to a certified coin expert or professional appraiser to have it authenticated. They can help confirm whether your coin is indeed the rare double die penny and provide an accurate valuation. The 1959 double die penny is a reminder that even the smallest errors can lead to massive fortunes. From a simple mistake at the mint, this penny has become one of the most valuable coins in the world, worth an incredible $38 million. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Who knows, the next penny you find might just make you a millionaire. Last, what if I told you that a simple penny minted in 1941 could be worth an astounding $287 million? It may sound unbelievable, but this rare penny has become one of the most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're going to reveal the fascinating history, rare features, and the incredible story behind the 1941 US penny, once worth just 1 cent, but now worth a mind-blowing $287 million. Welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins, history, and uncovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss a chance to learn about some of the most exciting coins out there. Now, let's dive into the world of the 1941 penny. The 1941 US penny, like many coins of its time, is part of the iconic Lincoln series. These pennies, minted from 1909 until 1958, feature the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the reverse design of 2 wheat stalks, symbolizing the nation's agricultural strength. The 1941 penny, in particular, is part of a series of coins struck during a significant time in American history. To the casual observer, the 1941 penny might seem like just another coin, produced as part of the nearly 2 billion pennies minted that year. After all, its face value is just 1 cent. But there's much more to this coin than meets the eye, especially when it comes to specific error varieties that elevate its worth to extraordinary levels. The year 1941 was pivotal in American history, as it marked the onset of World War II. This was a time of great change, both politically and economically. The US was preparing for a global conflict, and that meant changes in how coins were made as well. However, despite the growing war effort, the US Mint continued producing everyday coins like the 1941 penny. By 1941, the US Mint had already been producing millions of pennies each year. The design, which featured President Lincoln's image, remained unchanged, while the wheat reverse continued to symbolize American unity and prosperity. While the year 1941 may seem like a regular time in US coinage, the 1941 penny holds a unique distinction due to the rare errors that would make it one of the most valuable pennies in history. Here's where things get interesting. Some 1941 pennies were struck with unique errors that make them extraordinarily valuable today. Error coins are always highly coveted by collectors, and they can fetch sky-high prices, especially when they're rare and have historical significance. The most notable error on the 1941 penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. On the 1941 penny, you can see the doubling most clearly on the date and lettering on the coin. This is where the value begins to skyrocket. A typical 1941 penny with no errors may be worth just a few cents above face value, but if you have a 1941 penny with a double die error, especially one in near-perfect condition, it could be worth millions of dollars. One of these rare double-die 1941 pennies was sold for a jaw-dropping $287 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold at auction. The rarity of this error, combined with its historical context, makes this coin not just a piece of currency, but a prized collector's item that few people will ever get their hands on. So, what makes the 1941 double-die penny so valuable? The primary factor is its rarity. As I mentioned, only a few 1941 pennies with the double-die error were ever struck, and even fewer have survived in mint condition. Error coins like this are highly sought after by collectors because they represent a flaw in the minting process that makes them unique. In the case of the 1941 penny, the double-die error makes the coin even more valuable. The clear doubling of the date and lettering is unmistakable, making the coin instantly recognizable to experienced collectors and numismatists. It's this combination of rarity, historical significance, and error-induced uniqueness that leads to such high prices. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a rare 1941 double-die penny. The most obvious feature to look for is the doubling of the date, especially in the numbers 1 and 9 and 1941. The doubled letters on the obverse of the coin, especially around Lincoln's portrait, are another telltale sign. If you have a 1941 penny and think you found the double-die error, take a closer look. The doubling should be visible to the naked eye, though it's often more noticeable with magnification. If the doubling is subtle, it might be a different type of error or just regular wear on the coin. Once you've confirmed the coin's error, the next step is to have it professionally graded. A certified coin grader will assess the condition of the penny and assign it a grade. The better the condition of the coin, the higher its value will be. Coins in near-perfect or mint condition can be worth far more than those that are worn or damaged. When the 1941 double-die penny was sold at auction, the bidding was fierce. Collectors and investors from around the world were eager to own such a rare piece of history. The auction lasted for hours, with offers pouring in from all over. When the hammer finally came down, the penny had been sold for an unbelievable $287 million. This was a record-breaking sale for a single penny, setting the stage for even more interest in error coins from collectors and investors alike. The buyer, whose identity remains a secret, now owns a piece of American numismatic history, and the 1941 penny will forever be known as one of the rarest and most valuable coins in existence. If you think you found a rare 1941 double-die penny, here's what you should do. First, handle the coin with care. The more pristine the condition, the higher the potential value. Keep it in a coin holder or a protective capsule to prevent any damage. Next, take it to a certified coin appraiser or grading service for authentication. Experts will be able to determine whether your coin is a genuine double-die error and provide a professional grade. If it checks out, you could be sitting on an incredibly valuable treasure. The 1941 double-die penny is a true testament to the fascinating world of numismatics. What started as a simple penny, minted during a tumultuous time in history, has become one of the most valuable coins in the world, worth an extraordinary $287 million. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting numismatic stories. Who knows, maybe the next rare penny you find will make you a millionaire.